Hi everyone, it's Mark here again at the Arts and Culture Network. I'm delighted to have been able to spend some time at long last with Don Youngberg. Don, hi, thank you so much for joining me today.
You bet.
Don is one of our longest standing full members, has been a huge advocate for the Arts and Culture Network, and is largely thanked for the increase in members that we have in the US. And so as an advisory board member, we're flying the flag for the Arts and Culture Network in the States. Don, would you like to introduce yourself to our gang?
Sure. Hi, I'm Don Youngberg, and I live in New Haven, Connecticut, which is on the East Coast of the United States, a little ways out of New York City. And I've been a lifelong arts and culture fan, and I've been working in arts and culture in various ways throughout my life, and especially in the area of networking. And I really, when I first saw Arts and Culture Network, it was like, I need to be a part of this. And so I contacted Mark, and it's been great ever since. So
that's fantastic. And you're into a new role at the moment, aren't you?
I am. I'm starting a position at the Yale University at the Yale Institute of Sacred Music, working in the concert production office, putting together concerts and lots of music programs for students and faculty and staff of Yale University, and having a great time doing it. So it's a bit of a new role for me, but I'm very excited about this.
That's great. That's wonderful. Is that the Yale Y behind you? I can see.
It is. It's a little advertising there. It's a part of actually a little cohort, Yale cohort, that I've been with for the last few years. We all proudly show those on our screens.
That's brilliant. I do apologize. I'm on my own with two dogs here, so we may get kicked by the dogs audibly. They're all right at the moment, but we should be okay.
Well, mine might show up too, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's an occupational hazard of working using Zoom the way we do. So we're going to do the Arts and Culture Hot Top 10, which is a fantastic way, I've found, of allowing other members to feel as though they've got to know you a little bit better if they haven't had the pleasure of meeting you as I have. So I'll be asking you if you have a favorite across 10 or so art forms. And there is always a surprise. For example, I did not expect the head of Chinese art at a major auction house to cite hip hop as her favorite.
Oh my!
So here we go, and then we'll do the this or that game, which is great fun as well. So Don, do you have a favorite building?
Actually, it's the Royal Albert Hall. So it's not in the United States, but I have enjoyed every time I've been there and discover new things every time I'm there. So that's my favorite building.
That's a coincidence, because we were talking about that very venue only quite recently. Yes,
we were. Yeah,
an organ recital there with Anna Lapwood, which was just fantastic. The organ there is wonderful, and I've been lucky enough to play there as well when I was in the City of Birmingham Symphony Orchestra, and I played in quite a few proms concerts. And one of those was the organ symphony, the Sanson, and that's just fantastic. And they did a great version of that at that concert. Anyway, I digress. So yes, you can have the Royal Albert Hall in your backyard. And what about a favorite book?
Favorite book probably has to be The Hunt for Red October. So I first discovered it as a book, and then it became the movie for me, and I can't get enough of it. I like to reread it, and I like to watch it often. Wow,
that was the surprise. I didn't see that coming. I love that. It's Sean Connery, isn't it?
Yeah, in the movie.
That's great. And what do you have a favorite dancer or dance group or dance style?
I'm trying to think. Palabolus, which is a local group in Connecticut, but they are known worldwide. They're really kind of very, very acrobatic kinds of dancers, and they make these wonderful silhouette montages of different shapes. So Palabolus. So look it up, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's very, very shape oriented. That's all I can say about it.
Great. I'll have a look. And now this one's tricky. I want you to assume you've been exiled from the United States for some unknown reason. You're not welcome at any other countries in which you've resided, but you can choose a new country in which to live that you've never lived in permanently before, and you can do so based on your perception of its culture and arts.
Wow.
Where are you going?
I think it'd probably be Italy. I've not been there and I've not lived there, but obviously lots of culture in all sizes, you know, music as well as art, visual art. And so that's probably where I would, if I had to go someplace, right? I would go to Italy.
Yeah, nice. I love that. Now, do you have as a participant or a spectator, do you have a favorite sport?
I enjoy watching women's basketball. That is probably my passion right now. I live in a state here in the United States that has a very, very good collegiate basketball team, and I follow them very closely. And so I've been doing that for 20 something years, and that's the sport I like to watch. I really don't participate in too many sports. Used to be baseball. Baseball used to be my sport.
Right, love that. Now I'm afraid I'm going to limit you to one musical genre for the rest of your life.
I would probably say classical choral music.
Okay.
That's what I would do. Yeah.
Is there any, rather like The Hunt for Red October, is there a piece that you can comfortably revisit time and again and find something new in it?
Tallis's If You Love Me, Thomas Tallis. Yeah.
Nice.
I could listen to that 20 hours a day.
What's the choral piece? I think it's Tallis that has like something 30 different parts.
40 different parts. Yeah. I'm spacing on the name of it right now, but it's fantastic. I was at a gallery called the Cloisters, which is part of the Met Museum here in New York, and they had this where they had 40 speakers around this room, one for each of the parts, and it would play over and over and over again. I think it's Spem
in Alium.
Yeah, that's it.
Spem in Alium, yeah.
And it was fantastic because it would play, so it's recorded 40 tracks, right? And you would walk around and stand in front of each speaker and hear the part that was happening. And during between, you know, and then they would stop after it's a long piece, and then after the end of the piece, they would leave the microphones open, and you would hear the choristers chatting and talking very slowly. And it was fascinating. So I've never seen it live, but I was at this exhibit of it, and it's fabulous. So yeah.
There's a lovely film starring Bill Nye and Miranda Richardson, I think, called Gideon's Daughter. And it's worth a look. It's a great movie. And there's one scene where it's just a local choir singing it, and it's beautiful. Yeah. The other thing I revisited recently, which I'd not listened to for perhaps 20 years, is Beethoven's Stretch. Have you heard Beethoven?
No.
Somebody has stretched Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, and so that it's about 24 hours long. They haven't changed the pitch; they've just stretched it.
Right.
So a chord can last for, something that would be a passing note. It could take you 30 seconds, and it moves from chord to chord. It's quite incredible. That's worth a listen as well. And the other movie, I know we'll get to movie in a minute. Okay, where are we? Yes. Now, do you have a favorite visual artist?
Interestingly, I go from artist, maybe Hopper right now. Edward Hopper I was just at an exhibit in New York seeing his work, and I know it sounds like, okay, I just saw it, therefore he's popular, but it really resonated with me, and I realized I really like his work. I've read some short stories based on his work too, and I don't know, it's kind of very soul searching, a lot of his work.
An image has come to mind. I imagine it, I think it's him. It's a guy sitting in a bar, and it's a quite dark lit,
Yeah,
sort of street scene, outdoor street scene with street lights. I think.
it's called the Nighthawk. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
diner. Yeah,
Yeah, diner. That's right. Yeah,
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's in Chicago, and every time I get a chance to go see it at the Art Institute in Chicago, I do.
I'd love to
Yeah,
know how many posters of that have been sold around the world.
millions probably.
Yeah, excellent. Now, do you have a favorite play or musical?
My favorite play is Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. I like it, and it's often turned into a musical, and therefore I enjoy that very much. I will say, I resisted. I'm a big theater person. I grew up in the theater and studied theater and worked in theater, and um, I really wanted to resist the hype behind Hamilton, and I went and saw it, and oh my gosh, it was fabulous. So it's probably the best musical I've ever seen in my life. But best play, I think, well written is Twelfth Night.
And do you mind directors bringing Shakespeare into modern
Love
settings?
it, love it. I love it because it's contemporary no matter what you do. I probably have seen 20 to 30 productions of Twelfth Night, and every time it's slightly different, and you learn something new. And it's great. It's
Mm,
great. I don't mind changing things around at all.
yeah. Well, it worked for Bernstein and West Side Story, didn't it? So
Exactly. Exactly.
um, so do you have a favorite film? You've hinted at one.
I probably will stick for Hunt for Red October. I'm obsessed by it. It's one of those things where I have to be honest. I'll be surfing on TV or something, and I'll see it, and it may be in Spanish, and I'll watch it. And my wife is like, "What are you doing?" You know, and it's like I can tell you, I can turn it on and tell you exactly what the next line's going to be.
Wow.
Just I know it that well.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's probably it.
I'm gonna watch it tonight when I'm working, I think.
Good, good.
And apart from me, who was the last person to make you laugh?
Oh, probably my daughter. We were just together this weekend, and we were just revisiting a bunch of memories, and so I can't remember a specific thing, but I know that we laughed. We talked a lot about trips. We had a picnic based on what our trips to the Midwestern part of the United States when they were kids all the time, what that would be like. And so we had a picnic based on that. We had a lot of good laughs there. So my daughters and my son. Yeah.
Great. Love that. Don, thank you so much for doing that. We all now know more about you than we did 5 minutes ago. That's brilliant. Thank you. But we're going to do the this or that game now, which will
Okay.
be fun. I'll give you two options. You can only choose one, and you have to take one of them.
Okay.
Ready? Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Radio or TV?
TV.
Car or motorcycle?
Car.
Comedy or horror?
Comedy.
Concert hall or sports stadium?
Concert hall.
Cat or dog?
Dog.
Test the water or dive in the deep end?
Dive in the deep end.
Bits or no bits in your orange juice?
Oh, bits.
A library or a museum?
Museum.
Beethoven or Mozart?
Mozart.
Shower or bath?
Shower.
Cooking or being cooked for?
Oh boy. You got to choose one, huh?
Yeah.
Right now I'll say cooking.
Okay. Fiction or non-fiction?
Fiction.
Patterned or plain?
Plain, as he wears a plaid shirt.
Yeah. Shopping online or shopping in store?
Online.
Reggae or salsa?
Salsa.
Indoors or outdoors?
Outdoors.
Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
Start assignments immediately or wait until the last minute?
I guess start immediately.
Okay. Science or history?
Science.
New York or LA?
New York.
Black or white?
Black.
Circle or square?
Circle.
Early morning or late night?
Early morning, by far.
You're the opposite of me so much. Messy or tidy desk?
Messy.
Smartest person in the world or richest person in the world?
Smartest.
See the future or change the past?
Oh, this is a rough one. See the future.
Sight or sound?
Sight.
Bedroom door, open or closed?
Open.
Zombies or vampires?
Vampires.
Red or white wine?
White wine.
Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Numbers or words?
Numbers.
Rare or well done?
Rare.
Basketball or baseball?
That was brutal. I will say baseball.
Okay. Mild or spicy?
Spicy.
Opera or choral music?
Choral music. I love them both. I've worked in both.
Whiskey or rum?
Whiskey.
Not sure how your concert pianists are, but Lang Lang or Yuja Wang?
Lang Lang.
Stripes or dots?
Stripes.
And finally, gold or silver?
Silver.
Love that.
What? Oh my goodness. You know, that's a brutal thing because
it's a growing list, and I'm getting some really quite sort of tricky ones in there. It's inspired by a TV show in the UK when I was a kid. They used to get a celebrity to look straight into the camera, and the computer would put two things up, and they had to choose which one.
Right.
It's a lovely way of getting to know somebody a little bit, and so that was brilliant. Thank you so much for doing that.
You bet. That was fun doing that, Mark.
It was fun. Well, so we'll share this. So do connect with Don wherever you see this. Don is a key member of our gang, and thanks so much for all your ongoing support, Don. It's been so valuable. Love it.
Mark, thank you for your work, Mark. This has been great, and I love seeing this community grow and being a part of it.
That's really kind. Well, it wouldn't be growing so fast if it wasn't for your support. So Don, thank you so much.
You bet.